Now, hi Last Cloudians, welcome to another Last Cloudia series of explained videos. Today I'm going to be going through with y'all what are some of the details and mechanics of the Near Collab Unit A2. Now, if you have enjoyed me going through all these units for you, all I'm asking is for 2 clicks of the mouse, one on the like button and subscribe on the other. Alright, let's get right into it. A2 is a single wielding machine type unit which focuses on light physical damage. So all her attacks are STR based and skills are all light element. Her basic attack is 3 hits and neutral element. You can change this by equipping a light weapon. As you can see, the attack is not the fastest and has a slight recovery time. So chaining is not possible. Something to note that she is able to hit enemies slightly behind her. This is repeated in all her other skills, which you will get to see later. It has probably to do with her design of single wielding a huge great sword having a larger swing area. Moving on to her skills, S1, 9 SET, 4 hits and 4 max stocks. It is a forward whirlwind move that has a relatively short animation and is very much chainable. She needs to be at melee range of the opponent to activate, and once it does, she does damage in an AoE fashion around her, while also able to bring along the opponents hit by it towards the direction she's moving. Now what this means is regardless of the enemy's position, as long as they are caught in her whirlwind, they will receive all damage of the skill and be brought along with the move. This also applies to slightly large size monsters which are usually hard to move. However, there's a limit to that. Let's see her move this dude. Okay, she can't. S2, 16 SCT, 7 hits and 3 stocks. Stationary spin followed by a downward slash. She needs to be at melee range, damn. Although she has a swift animation and is able to knock up and all, having her first 2 skill activation requirements to be in that close range kinda hurts her a little comparing to other units out there. However, it'll all come together after talking about her third skill. So S3, 30 SET, 10 hits and 3 stocks. Instantly get close to her target and does repeated forward slashes. Now it hits in an AoE fashion around her and brings enemies along the move, coming full circle to her moveset. Using S3 as an opener to get close and pushing a group of enemies around her target nearer to the edges of the screen. After that, using the chainable S1 and S2s to mow all of them down. Now that gives the opponent no chance of retaliation. However, of course, this will not work on enemies that can't be flinched. Therefore, she will have a rather hard time catching up to them as her S1 and S2 requires to be at melee range. Additional move speed on her will definitely make life easier. Her ultimate move is interesting. Now there's 2 parts to it. Firstly is the 24 all enemy attack. 24 hits I mean. After that, she goes into berserk mode. This mode lasts for 40 seconds. So in my previous video, I did have a misinterpretation of the trait, so I will clarify it here. Trait 2 battle start, she gains 100% special gauge field rate. Now this does not mean that she gets an ultimate immediately, my bad there. What it means is that she charges her ultimate twice as fast compared to normal rates. Within the wave, once she uses her ultimate, this extra field rate will drop off. She will only get it back on the following wave. Now here's the interesting thing. For skills that instantly fills special gauges like phone booth, it also gives twice the amount, which makes it an instant 20%. Now onto the HP reduction on the berserk mode. It happens every 6 seconds and takes away approximately 13 to 15% max HP. This skill will not kill her, but it will bring her to 1 HP. Now as for the first trait, the part on having a dead ally and having an STR buff. This buff is actually the same buff as a brave buff. Both this and the damage cap buff only last for 40 seconds. So if you have like Grand Brave on her, which adds 35% STR, then you wouldn't be getting anything, you wouldn't be getting the 30 from this. Would it be cool to have a unit which you can just let it die and then bring it back to life again just for this buff? Yeah, maybe, but it isn't practical. Weapon break, as mentioned before in my other videos, has about a 1.5% chance per hit to trigger that debuff. Physical damage healing 2 has about 20% chance to trigger. I'm gonna talk a little bit about her two passives, Glory to Mankind and Lone Survivor. Glory requires a human to be alive in the team for a 10% all stats buff. Doesn't increase even if you have like 2 or 3 humans, it's still 10%. For Lone Survivor to proc, all her allies have to die. Therefore, that will take away Glory to Mankind buff. For each dead ally, it's a 20% boost to her damage, up to 3 allies of 60%. Now this buff is permanent until you bring someone back to life again. Next, I will want to talk about her plug-in chips. Now OS chips has to be there and there's no reason to remove it. The other 3, attack, intellect and special defense, all gives buffs and has some forms of negative traits to it too. Now if you look closely, having all of them on will still innately give her all round buffs. So what am I getting at? What I'm saying here is, you can choose to add or remove them according to how you want to build her to a certain degree. For example, special defense gives her a huge HP buff with also resistance up. However, it takes away SCT recovery and crit rate. If I'm not concerned about her survivability, I can remove this passive. And she just got more SCT recovery and crit rate. Magic. Personally, the attack chip is a must-have for me as it gives her so much value, well, unless you're running her as a tank for some reason. Alright, regarding her damage cap, there's a few mistakes that I did previously. I might have missed this part in the changes in the past, but Favored Sword has a 10k damage cap instead of a 3k in the past. So going back to the calculations, her baseline damage cap is going to be 46,999 and a 56,999 in Berserk mode. Yes, she does have minor damage cap increase from example S1 and S2, having a dead ally gives her 2k etc. However, based on her hit counts, it really isn't that big of a damage boost. S2 for example gets a 5k increase on 2 hits. That is a max of 10k more damage. So honestly, this damage cap increase is really hurt by the low hit count that she has. And also because of that, in terms of raw damage she can put out is also greatly affected by it. Look at the 46,999 damage cap. If you count that as another unit with dual wield doing similar amount of damage, per hit that unit only has to do about a damage cap of 23 to 24k. Some units have that while some don't. Therefore, she is definitely on par with most units out there, except for units like Luxeus from a total DPS output standpoint. A couple of other downsides to single wield in general are less hits to Proud Force for sustain, which can be pretty big, and not able to also equip Trishula for the light element resist enemies. The second one is a bigger problem to me. The redeeming factor would be she has a decent SCT recovery with the OS chip attack and auto haste. And also for gears and equips that are going to be buffing her damage cap instead of units which are able to dual wield working on both their hits. Hence you will see a huge damage cap from her paid weapon. Unless we see in the future items like armors giving damage cap or accessories giving damage cap only for single wielders, dual wielders still have a lot of advantage over single wielders. That's my opinion, but hey, she still looks and feels top tier for me. Anyways, there you have it. I hope that this video let you understand A2 a little better and allow you to fully maximize using her. If you liked the video, show that you did by really liking it. I mean the button. Okay, anyways, subscribe to show your support as I'm really hoping to hit 1k subscribers by the end of the month. Thank you for all your support thus far. Take care of A2, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.